There we go. Okay, apparently Master Torek is now up onto the... I guess the stage right up there? I don't really know how to describe that. But don't worry, I'll be right there. Pay no mind to the smashing of barrels that you might hear. I'm just busy preparing myself for the rigorous training that you're going to be giving me, Master Torek, which has not been very rigorous at this point. It's been more rigorous from the other people who have been giving me chores instead of you. Grayson also apparently has not moved. Have you talked to Master Torek yet? Have you talked to Master Torek yet? You should really talk to Master Torek. Always talk to him all the time, because I don't get to. I love these moments where it's just like everybody's really far away from each other and you are having a conversation like this. Like, everybody gather around, but not too close. Oh, yeah. Keep like 15 feet away. Yeah. So, I've mentioned moats on and off as we were going through, but this is where you're properly learning about moats, other than what that beggar said at the very beginning. Remember the beggar? It was such a long time ago. Yeah. So we're going to learn about fire, what a fire moat does in particular. But as a result, we'll learn about what we can do with the rest of the moats too. So we assign the moat to our sword with the circle button. We can hit the target, and every time we do, like we've seen before with moats, it will deplete our magic a tiny bit. Also, every hit will get rid of 1 power from our moat until it completely depletes and disappears. But I've shown this off a couple times. You can hold and charge your sword attack to do a really powerful swing. If you have a moat equipped on it, it will also flash, and depending on how much magic energy and your moat power, you might be able to do its residual effect. So in this case, fire will do additional fire damage every so often to the opponent. If we use the moat's opposite alignment, then we're pretty much set to go about doing additional damage. The way that the moats are set up, everything pretty much on the opposite side of itself in a straight line is going to be its opposite. So it's really easy to understand. So training's over. Bye, Master Torek again. Like, we only really get to see him for like a minute or two, and then we have to go and do something else that takes far longer. Hey Grayson, anything to say? Maybe you just had to ask. But we were told to go and see Chamberlain, Laszlo. Going around the castle beforehand, we know exactly where he is. Otherwise, you would be pretty much going like, oh, okay, we have to find Chamberlain Laszlo. Hopefully this random guy up here is going to be that? I don't know. But he's talking about crocobacks. They're apparently infesting all of the courtyard in a bunch of different nests that are croaking and cawing so much that the king can't sleep. We have to get rid of them. There's no real hurry about getting them done, but oh no, we can't have the king cranky. I don't know why that the game decides to give us every single nest there, but I guess that's the only way for the game to really program that it gives you locations for all 5 of them. And who are you? I haven't noticed you before. Another lady has entered the castle. And she's really mad. Oh boy. Well, with that said and done, we have our next big task ahead of us. Getting rid of some crocobacks. in terms of all the chores that we have, in terms of log duty, the Mia mice fetching, and this one I actually like the most. And you'll see why once we actually get back into the courtyard. So, in the courtyard, this wasn't apparent before, because the Crocoback nest didn't show up until this point. Is that disorienting for anybody else? Oh boy. But now that the nests have appeared, they're actually on top of very high places around the courtyard. So, this isn't necessarily the same as the clog duty, where we had to get rid of 5 clogs and they were very easy to find in a very straight line. This chore has a lot to do with more lateral thinking in terms of your environment, which I really like. Except for, you know, the Crocobacks. I was going to fall off of that and have to go up this ladder again. Every single nest has a Crocoback that you probably are going to have to deal with mostly. And there's the nest up there, and if I could jump, I would be able to get up there. There we go. Get an interesting camera perspective. There we go. Interesting camera perspective. But in terms of what this game is really trying to tell you is that there's going to be some places in the game and its environment where you're going to have to think laterally. Looking up, looking down, trying to figure out ways, pretty much solving mini puzzles in itself in order to get to certain areas. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I really appreciate it. Because they definitely did not want to oversaturate itself with this kind of concept. Will my barrel breaking be any better for noise pollution? Probably not. Like, for instance, these rafters right here we can totally go on, and with the use of their relatively springy kind of material, we're able to get up onto the roof of this building, which normally we would not be able to get up here at all, unless it was a ladder or you were thinking pretty standardly. Making some progress. There are certainly some nests that are easier to get to than others, and some which, depending on who you are, is going to be easing you into what the game is going to expect you to do. Oh, okay. Your red text matches your red body. Especially gives you a really good sense of, like, okay, it's weird that they're going to be nests in those specific spots. So you have to think about, okay, what kind of means are we going to get in order to get there? Because I haven't been, like, going through every nook and cranny of an environment. Especially when a nest is actually going to be right above us, roughly in the shadowed area of my own head. Careful observation is going to help you here, especially with looking at vines or things that you could probably get to if you make a good leap or anything like that. Notice the detail on, like, the paws. He actually has, like, paw chainmails, especially for his feet. But yeah, you could get up here beforehand, but there's really no purpose of doing that other than for the knowledge that you can get up here. At least they take advantage of that. Alright, so number 5 is going to be in this direction with Rufus. At least in my head, I kind of go with number 5 that way. Because number 4, I usually deal with over here. Cadmere! Hey, buddy. You okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they are annoying. So annoying that they seem to have messed up your path, finding... I think you've stuck on this. Oh well, I'll check again a little bit later once I've dealt with these nests and see what's happened with them. Let's talk to the Jarva brothers. I gotta laugh at that. This one's pretty easy because I've already done it. The problem is that, now we got a crocoback peeking over the ledge right there. Always have the chance of being able to just, like, peck at us and just throw us back onto the ground. More dangerous before than with a rickety kind of area? Nope, you are still stuck there, man. Oh boy. Maybe if I get further away, then maybe he'll sort himself out, but I'm not sure. Not holding my hopes up. The last nest is actually over in that corner of that big building over there. But we have a Turdum to help us out. If you did not look at the Turdum in Draken Ridge beforehand, in order to use a Turdum, you just lure him over with any sort of restorative item, and he will go over and eat it, and then whack him, stand on top of him, and he will be able to spring you up to higher platforms. Forward momentum when you're getting boosted by a Turdum is not that great though, so try to be as close as possible to where you're going to be. Alright, Crocoback, time to die. You are annoying to piece. Poof. There we go. And with that, all of the nests are done. Excellent. So now we can head back to Laszlo up on the second floor and just tell him about how the Crocobacks are gone. Everybody's immediately changing their feelings and are not completely angry. And Cadmere is still stuck. Oh my goodness, what is up with you? Maybe spin you around because you seem to be wanting to go in this direction. Okay. Maybe you'll walk this way. Nope, you'll go... Oh! God. Oh yeah, you are completely, like, off. You seem pretty content. I would say that he's flying. He has the wings. They're pretty strong because he's wearing all that armor. Oh my goodness, though. Okay. I guess you're just gonna... Oh, now you're not even gonna walk. You're just gonna stay put there, aren't you? Oh, okay, you just... Oh. Okay. You're a little bit weird. Jeez. Okay. Enough of Weirdo Cadmere over there. We have someone to talk to now. So I told you to remember about Prunella, right? Because we have Cadmere and Lawrence talking about Prunella. Once you finish off with the Crocobacks, you can talk to Prunella again, and she will give you a quest. Kind of a weird timing for it, but you totally can do that. Apparently, she has left a little bit of a competition for the two knights. She's left her charm, her token of affection, somewhere in the castle for the both of them to find. And she's telling us about it to pretty much help out the courtship, where we have to find the charm and maybe give it to one of the knights. The main reason is because Tor can go in and out of the castle, and apparently Lawrence and Cadmere can't. They're just completely stuck out here. They don't know how doors work. Especially Cadmere, he's just kind of stuck in his own world in terms of its layers. Yeah, first to find it wins her heart. Well, I'm calling you both idiots. Cadmere Sears says roughly the same thing. But in terms of the charm in the castle, it's really not specified where that charm is hidden. In fact, it's actually in the stage room right here, where all these bones here. No servants want to clean that up, but it's actually in this area right here. Nobody goes into. She pretty much just threw her charm right into the open tower area right over there, corner area, and that's where the charm is located. It's also helpful to pick up this quest now, because you can go over and talk to the Chamberlain and wrap that up too. Slumbering where, though? Is he just slumbering on his throne? Because if I didn't actually check, but probably you could actually just go back to the throne room and see that he's actually there, just it's like swiveling in his chair. So I don't think he ever moves. So, you have the choice of giving it to either Cadmere or Lawrence, and depending on who you actually give it to, it honestly does not matter. Both of them will pretty much thank you and give you the exact same reward, a silver neg. The silver neg being the tier 3 neg for restoring health and magic together, like the speckled neg does. And with that, the quest is pretty much over. It's not a great reward, but for a quest that's pretty much hidden and gives you branching dialogue, they kind of gave it their shot in terms of a PS2 game, giving this off, but oh well, it's there. Also, the other knight will be mad at the other one. To be honest, I prefer giving it to Lawrence because of the dialogue for that versus Cadmere, because Cadmere is more poetic, and Lawrence is more carefree and laid back and more humorous. But it's all about your preference, like it really doesn't do anything to the game. It's not advanced enough for that. So despite that, and the daily barrel breaking, because that is the chore that I have given to myself, we have done 3 huge big chores, which means that we go back to see Master Tormund one more time. And this is going to be the last time, too. Tormund did a lot less work than you really feel like he should have, given all of the huff and puff of how rigorous the training is going to be. Pretty much delegated everybody else in the castle to do the training for us. But we're going to do some more moat training. This time, it's not going to be about a sword and charging it up to do a special effect. This is going to be about blocking attacks and the potential for what moats can do for your defense. I showed this once off before, a little bit haphazardly, but depending on your moat and what kind of projectile is coming your way, you can deflect shots off of it, other than just block it. It all depends on your moat. Opposite alignments increase damage. Similar or identical alignments allow for repelling of that element. So, he gave us a fire moat because apparently what Meridell Castle has available to it is the use of fireballs. So we're going to put it on our shield. And we're going to get straight into the line of fire of how we're going to be learning how to deflect shots. So yeah, it's a little bit off, but yeah, we can totally just like shoot fireballs over and over and over, hold up our shield with L1, and deflect the shot right back. It's not as perfect as you might think with how shots are deflected, because sometimes they can go completely AWOL, or go back like they are intended to. You'll just have to hope and pray that it's gonna go your way, because because sometimes it can't. Or won't. But that's it for our day of training. Torque didn't have a whole lot in order to give us, but that was filled with a whole lot of time doing other things for the castle, which is going to help us a whole lot more than you think. So with that, we've had a pretty long day. And next time, who knows what is going to happen with day 2 of training. The road to a knight, especially being a squire, is going to be a long one. So, after a good night's sleep, I'll see you next time, everyone.